right, collectors. Well, here we are with the news. I told you it would be delayed, but not denied. So we're covering it on Monday. Members are Monday. Classified briefings will be held on Tuesday, and we'll go over that as well. So I'm not going to stop anything. We're just going to keep going. Sometimes you attend a con and everything falls apart on me. Anyways, it was, I will say this, I'm going to do a whole separate episode for the Zolocon stuff, but I will say this. I had an exceedingly amazing, exceptional fun time over at Zolocon, hanging out with a bunch of great people, a bunch of great fans, a bunch of great, hobbyists of our hobby. And there was not a single bad interaction. I thought everything was great. Everybody was focused on the hobby. Everybody was focused on how cool the offerings were and the exclusives. But all to say that, yes, it was a great time. We will talk about it on the next episode. We'll talk about it on an episode that I'm going to do just for Zolocon, and I'm going to knock that out tomorrow. So we're going to have my thoughts on it. I think I'm going to be on a live stream with, the live stream is going to be in Spanish though, so I don't know how many of you might want to attend, but if you happen to know Spanish, I want to be on there. If you don't know, I know Spanish. And sometimes we have some hobby collectors from the Latin community that love our hobby just like we do. The plastic crack is international. So I think I'll be on the live stream with Soldado Coleccionista. He's also a fellow veteran that served in the Army. And I'll be on his stream. I'm not sure. I'll get the information and I'll post it on YouTube if you guys want to jump on there. I think it's Wednesday. But I'll get some more information for you and post it on the channel. Anyways, Zolocon was fantastic. Most of the news from my perspective happened at Zolocon. And like I said, it was a tremendous time had by all. Anyways, we'll get into that later. I'll do a whole show on it. You guys are going to love it. I hope you do. I hope you do if you're interested in those things. And I just want to reiterate from the bottom of my heart, I enjoyed speaking to all the members, all the subs that were out there, all the people that recognized me and the channel. And if I missed you, or hey, this is a call to action. If you have a picture with me, send it over to me. Hopefully I can include it in tomorrow's reel, because I'll probably put a reel up of all the people that were there. It's not a long one, but just sometimes you're in the thick of stuff and talking to people and having fun. But if you took a picture, go ahead and send it to me and I'll make sure and include it in the reel there for that episode. All right, let's get cracking on the news. There's not a lot to talk about. Like I said, most of the news to me happened at Zolocon, but we're going to do a separate episode for that and we'll get going through that. We'll talk about that in a minute. I know what you're looking at. I know what you're looking at. We'll talk about that in a minute. Anyways, let's start off with shenanigans. Hasbro has filed a federal lawsuit against the U.S. government to recoup the tariffs it paid on its products. That is, the problem with that is nobody knows how to even, so the Supreme Court said it was unconstitutional, but they sent it back to the lower courts to figure out how to disburse the money back, or even if they would give the money back, or if it's too much of a hassle to even start giving your money back. Not that you and I will ever see any of it. The money would go back to the individual or the organization that paid it. Now, whether that organization wants to then distribute it downstream, no. You ain't gonna get none of that money, man. The only people that I can see ever doing that, because I think Big Bad Toy Store did a really good job of figuring out who's paying what, is Big Bad Toy Store. They could conceivably do it, but I don't know if the trouble would, what is it? The squeeze is worth the trouble. So Yeah, I don't know, but Hasbro's just not going to do. Hasbro's just going to take the money, keep prices where they are, and give you a big boop to everybody else. They don't care. They don't care. We got a rebate from Uncle Sam. We'll keep that to ourselves, and you guys can continue paying those high tariff prices. Thank you so much. You know, I will hang the entire Hasbro organization from my nostrils if they give it back to us. I promise you they won't, but they will put it in their pockets and they will keep prices as you. I can guarantee it. There's no better indicator of what a company will do than what they've done in the past. And I have never seen Hasbro do something like Bobby Vala or like just recently the Four Horsemen did and lower their prices because, you know, they didn't deliver on something or because they were able to find a more efficient, faster, effective way of producing something for us. Never. That'll never happen. Anyways, Hasbro, I don't know if I wish you luck. I don't know if I ultimately, you know, this is just shenanigans. We're not going to see any of this, but this is the, if anything, what they could do is piss off the current administration. So, I don't know. Anyways, let's move on from that shenanigans. Let's go over to, you guys know, I'm always a big fan of G.I. Joe. I'm a big fan of Valaverse, Monster Force, G.I. Joe Classified, Marvel Legends, because sometimes you can adapt them into the military scope as well. That's my bread and butter. That's what I like to talk about first. So let's jump right into that. Number one, Gridiron has started to put out the desert version of the M13 Wildcat. Go check out their site. They got a ton of different variations for it, just like they did with my always beloved OD Green Army equipment. So go out there and check it out. It looks fantastic, guys. I mean, just, it's a fantastic, I love looking at mine. It's sitting right over there. Every day I love looking at that thing. It's so amazing. I'm going to order another one. Yes, good. What else do we have from Gridiron? Oh, they recently just came out with a enemy gator combat airboat. Basically like where the eels would jump on like an airboat, a combat airboat. I have the original Swamp Gator airboat. I don't think I'm going to pick this one up, but it's very cool looking. Although, now that I think about it, my eels do. So here's the thing. If Hasbro doesn't put something out for those eels soon, like within the next few months, I'm going to have to pick this up. Because Hasbro's sitting over there hemming and hawing, and Gridiron's just like vehicle. Ramen's over there, vehicle. Fans Hobby, vehicle. And, you know, Hasbro's over there like, come on, man. Anyways, I don't know. Now, did I convince myself? I may have. I may just have. Anyways, it's out there if you want to go check it out. Also, somebody pointed this out to me. In the back there, Deep 6. I didn't have Deep 6 as a kid, as a G.I. Joe figure, but it'd be cool to have now. Behind the Hydro Viper, I think that's the Hydro Viper. I didn't have that one. But I still do think it's a cool looking figure, so I ordered it. But behind him, and I'm a completionist, behind him, you can see there in the back is Deep 6. So, cool. All right, moving on to some Marvel stuff. Okay, I think this is Mafex, however you want to say it. This is Negative Zone Spidey. This is basically Spider-Man monochrome. If you're a big fan of that arc, there you go. So for me, that's an easy pass. Don't need that arc. I'm not tied to it. I'm not nostalgic about it. I dig my Spider-Man, regular color. So I'm a pass. But anyways, it's there if you want it. That's soon to be announced or soon to be, you know, announced for pre-order and pricing. So there you go. And then we have this very odd looking Venom, Mafex Venom 2099. Also, no thanks. But I know some of you have it's not, I'm not criticizing this because it deserves it. I'm just telling you, me personally, I don't have any attachment to this. So it's an easy pass for me. But if you have an attachment to it, there you go. It's a good thing about not everybody's tastes are going to be the same. And it's okay if you like it and I don't. It's perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, there's some really stupid stuff I like that probably most of you guys don't at all. Like Fraggles. I know. Was a G.I. Joe classified guy like Fraggles? I don't know. I just have a huge nostalgic pull to the Fraggles, man. Leave me alone. Nobody start laughing at me. Anyways, also from Mafex is what is it? What is this dude's name? Gideon from The Mandalorian in his big armor suit. This is a pass for me. I mean, if I happen to see it in a con and it draws my attention, I might pick it up. But I don't necessarily need this figure. Yeah. If I see it in a con, it catches my eye, then maybe at a weak moment, I'll pick it up. I do love The Mandalorian after all. I do love that show. I know some of you guys are like, stupid show. Different strokes, folks. Anyways, let's move on from that. If you like it, there you go. It'll be coming out soon. And also, because of The Mandalorian and Grogu movie, they had to do another Mandalorian and another Grogu and change up the outfit just enough to where you can recognize it, but it's not quite what you remember it. So there you go. You get Mandalorian and Grogu. We don't know what the price is yet. Pretty soon you will too. I wonder if they're going to do it as like 2 figures. Well, you're getting 2 figures, 2 characters. So it's got to be $200. I doubt it. I think SH Figure Art's pretty smart about that. Maybe they count Grogu as an accessory. I would think so. Maybe we see the price point right about between 100 and 120. Maybe 130, something like that. Anyway, so there you go. Also, the Witch King, or what is it? Who's this guy? I don't know. Warcraft King. There you go, bad guy. I wasn't a huge World of Warcraft player, but that's a cool looking character. Now, temper your expectations. You know, other thing I gotta say, I'm gonna temper my criticism of McFarlane. And in the Zolocon episode, we'll get into why. I'm speaking about, I gotta really turn it back on McFarlane because gosh darn. Anyways, we'll talk about why in Zolocon. That man, he did something real nice. So anyways, Zolocon, back on track. World of Warcraft, McFarlane Elite Edition figure. Articulation doesn't look very good, but if you're a big fan, there you go. The offering is for you. This breaks my heart and maybe my wallet. I'm gonna break down and probably pick these up. But the thing is that Mezco never finishes or they take forever to finish. Mezco's doing the Thundercats. But if they start doing these onesie-twosie releases, I'm gonna get, I mean, you know, you do Lion-O and then you do Pumra or Tigra and then you stop. Choke you. Choke you. Definitely they're gonna start with Lion-O, I would think. Or what would be even better if they sold it as like the core set, right? The core Thundercats set. I think that would instantly trigger me to buy it because at that point I have the core set. I know what I'm going to get. And then any more that they add to it is icing on the cake. But anyways, there it is. Thundercats, Mezco, soon to be announced. I don't think we ever covered it, but I really like Mezco's offerings. So there you go. What else do we have? NECA. NECA is out with the Robo Toka and Robo Razor. I've got enough of these. I don't need any more. But if you guys love more deep cut turtles, there you go. Yeah, I'm good, but if you like them, there you go. The 2012 foot bots. For those of you like my daughters that were raised with this version of the turtles, there you go. You get some foot bots that are coming out from NECA. I think it's a 2-pack and it's got a bunch of accessories for its arms. Here's a look at them. There you go. I remember the foot bots just with 2 arms. I don't know about all this 4-arm stuff, but hey, if you feel that nostalgic pull and you want it, there it is. All right. And that's it. That's it. That's the news, man. It's about the fastest we've ever covered the news. Now, we're going to get to the haul, and it is a magnificently huge haul. Huge. But that's what happens when you collect regular during the week, and then you do a, what is it, all-you-can-eat buffet at Zolocon. So anyways, let's cover the Zolocon haul and the regular haul. Stay tuned. It's magnificent. All right, and so let's just address it right off the bat because I can see a bunch of you guys eyeballing this thing back here. So the deal with that is, I saw a post. I forgot where I saw the post. I think it was on Facebook or Instagram maybe. And there was a gentleman who, I don't know who this person is, and they weren't mean about it or they weren't crazy or anything like that. They just said, don't take the PDQ, or something about don't think about taking the display. Something to that effect, right? And I was like, well, why not? You can always ask. Worst they can say is no. And if no is the answer, well then okay, it's their property after all. And it doesn't have a price on it. That doesn't mean it's free, but it does mean maybe you can ask about it, right? And so how I obtained that PDQ, I don't know what that means. Public display, maybe that's what it means. No, PDA is public displays of affection. You can't do that in the Army. Anyways, here's how I did it. Half of the figures that were in there were already bought. So what I did, I walked over to a representative, a Walmart representative, and very nicely, I wasn't a jerk, I wasn't demanding, I wasn't in their face, I wasn't entitled to anything. I very nicely asked the lady that was at electronics, number one, hey, could you help me in toys, or can somebody come help me? I want to ask about buying an entire display so that I can buy the figures in it and have something to carry it out with, and I'd like the display as well. And she said, oh, you know what? I can't help you because I'm electronics. I'll go get the other guy, right? So she goes and gets the other gentleman who's like in charge of toys, and he comes over, really nice guy. He says, so what's going on? And I said, hey man, if you don't mind, what I'd like to do is buy that entire display with the toys in it. And the funny part is that there was a couple of figures in there that somebody had, we used to call it in the Army, rat effed. You know what the F stands for. And they had taken out some pieces from it, right? And I said, and you know what, I'll even buy the ones that are jacked up. I just want, the whole display with whatever's in it. That way you guys don't have to find a home for any of this. I'll just take it all. And I think that added to my ammo to get it, right? He's just like, all right, just take the whole thing. And he just undid, there's like clips on the back. He just unclipped it, said, take it. So I was like, okay. So I just walked up to the front, I didn't walk up to the front. I walked back to electronics. We rang up the stuff there. That's it. Just walked out. But remember, I think that's key, right? Be polite. Ask nicely. Don't be entitled. Don't get in their face. None of that stuff. And if they say no, then no is the answer. And you just walk out. Unless you feel like getting banned or taking a ride in a police car. I don't know. But none of these toys are worth taking a ride in a police car. So, yeah, I got the PDQ. Just ask nicely. Anyways, let's move on from that. I love it. I don't know how long it's going to stay in the background like that, but it's fun to pick out. Maybe I'll pick out different Joes that I'm really digging. I just thought I'd fill it out with the Joes that are currently out there. Some of my top Joes, the older Joes that I like up there at the top. I don't know. We'll figure out something. I just like it. The displays was the first G.I. Joe. I actually have a couple of more displays upstairs. I have like a G.I. Joe or a Star Wars vintage display as well that I got a while back when I asked about it. So anyways, let's start off as we always do with the deals from this week. And as you guys know on this channel, why I troop build. It's really not to sell any of this, although I am a regular vendor at one of the shows because sometimes I sell some of the stuff that I don't use very often, but some of the stuff that I need for potential or for when I retire and I need something to do because that's going to be soon. I want to have that stockpile. And as a lot of you will find out when you're older, this is your budget when you're working. This is your budget when you retire. So understand that you have to go work at a very, I'm planning. I've always been about planning for the future, and that's what I wanted. I want to be able to have the ability to say, I walk into my little stock room and just say, oh, I need his arm, I need his chest, I need these legs, and I need that accessory. Should last me for a few years. So, number one, got these at Ross. Once again, we've got a snow serpent from Ross, a beachhead from Ross, good for ninjas, good for soldiers. A lot of you guys pass these up, and that's okay. Maybe you don't do what I do. You know, this is troop building, but not really troop building. It's more for like parts and customs. Another beachhead, another eel. So I picked that up. Those were $10 each. So those are the deals. $29 for a Budo over at Target. So with the red card and the discount and all that, probably less than that. So also, this guy picked him up for $26 at Target. I found him, I don't know if you guys seen that video yet, because I actually have video from this weekend or whatever before I left, or like Friday, Thursday. And I don't know who stashed this over at the Cooper and 20 Target, but apparently they had found your stash, and there was like some old Joes in there. But this was one of the newer ones, and luckily, the other ones they wouldn't sell to me at like salvage cost. They just took those, but this one, and then it rung up for 26. I took it. I'll take it. And then this I found at the one of the Walmarts. I don't know which one of the Walmarts for $10. Yes, I'll be picking this up all day. Do you guys want to see? Look, here's the UPC code, but these are so old now. I mean, come on, you guys know about these. The $10. I mean, just for the head sculpt alone and her head sculpt and these weapons, $10. And then he's got those pretty cool holsters in the back. Come on, $10. It's $10. All right, let's get to the regular stuff that we got. Number one, these just came through from Big Bad Toy Store. So many people were waiting for this one. And I got impatient and I made my own. And that is the Soldiers of Fortune 01 series, the Agent the Enemy. Why do you think they want this one? Cobra Commander hooded. So simple to do. Just pop it off, plug this one in. Although to me, this actually sits a little high. The head sculpt it sits a little high on the head. When you take this and you put it on the Joe body. Not sure how to fix that yet. Might have to poke around in it, try and fix it. I also, for silly reasons, picked up this guy. He's got like Cena. I want that jersey. I want that hat. Yeah, that's about it. It's like $20. I just lost my mind. I was like, I need that shirt. So anyways, I'll probably have the figure in my $5 bin, but I'm definitely going to take the soft goods off of him. So if you're looking for a John Cena, I think this is his heel stage. I don't know. I'll probably have him there. Now it gets crazy. Picked up from Hasbro Pulse. I ordered these. 3, count them 3, mole rats. I don't know why I ordered so many. I didn't even want that many of those. So I'll probably take one to the show. Big Lob really grew on me, and I picked up that many. So this figure really grew on me. It really grew because of the accessories, just the overall look, and I don't know. I'm really digging this figure. So I had to pick up Mr. Big Lob. Really digging the accessories, really digging that football. See, I don't play sports. Basketball he's got. That weapon that he's got is pretty nice. That's the one that they stole they stole his weapons and his basketball. You scumbags. Then I'm over there, well, I'll buy that too. Anyways, I definitely got to take some of these to the show. Oh man. This is way too many lifelines. So I got to take these lifelines. I'm definitely bringing a couple to the show. I don't need this many lifelines. I want the IV bags and the medical kits, but I don't think, come on now. That's just ridiculousness. So I'll probably be bringing a couple of lifelines with me to the show. Now this, I'm not giving up any of these. There's a lot of these. On purpose, I ordered Hit and Run. Here's a few. There's a few there. That's 4. And then 3 more. It looks like a really great character. And the weapons and stuff that he has. So I picked up Hit and Run, a few of those. So that's going to be fun. And then, of course, we've got our extra Night Vipers. Plus whatever's in there. There's another Night Viper somewhere. There he is over there. So actually, these aren't too bad. These Night Vipers aren't too bad. So I dig them. All right. So that's what we have for Joe's. Well, is it? I don't know. Oh, one last thing. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but I did do the review for the Blade figure. Did I already count this as part of the haul for last week? I don't remember. But go check out the review for Blade. It is, what is it? The elation of victory, the agony of failure, whatever they used to do on CBS Sports or whatever it was called. You guys remember that? The amazingness of winning, the agony of defeat, or whatever they would call it. All that is because of this figure. Such a good figure, and then it just fell apart. So, well, it didn't fall apart. Go check out the review and you'll see why. It went from a 5, because my scale goes from 1 to 5. As good it is as a figure, and then it dropped all the way down to a 3, which is not good. Anyways, we're on to round 3 now for Zolocon. There may be a round 4. All right, so here we go. Number 1, I got the parts from Gridiron to turn the tank into an APC. I had to do it. I mean, the tank is cool, but I need an APC as well, So sometimes you don't always need a tank. Sometimes you just need a troop transport with some weapons on it. So that's what I picked up. The hatch and the part in the top and then the hatch to convert it over to it. So glad I got that. What else did we get? Let me move you to a special spot. There we go. And then I took one of these for a very special toy tuber. I took one of the many that I found in DFW to them, but I also found found another 8 today. I didn't pick any of those up. I left them all there for the DFW crowd to pick up. But I did transport one of these all the way to Zolocon for my good friend Art G. And go check out his preview to Zolocon. It's got a lot of great, a lot of the stuff that they had there. So, well, we'll talk about Zolocon later. Anyways, I got to stop myself because that's for the next episode. Anyways, this is what I got for him. I got one of these. These are the Royal Guard from Cobra Law. There you go. So Art G, I hope you are enjoying your Royal Guard figure. There's a bunch over here in DFW. I mean, from my perspective, we're crawling in them. Anyways, also got this when I got home. That's not even part of Zolocon. This is just part of the regular stuff. We haven't even gotten to Zolocon stuff yet. Yeah, we haven't gotten to Zolocon stuff yet. So this is just part of the regular stuff. This arrived in the mail while I was gone. Sagat from the Storm Alpha 3 series. Here's it doesn't matter. The UPC, they don't sell this one out in the big box stores. So, yeah, check it out. See if it looks good. Ooh, was that a crack? No, I got scared there for a minute. Sagat, gotta have my Street Fighter figures. And then, guys, if you ever see one of these, just buy it. It's an amazing figure. I don't know what to tell you. If you're passing up on these, this is just such a great figure. Because I know I'm going to be using these a lot. I think I have 3 of them now. One to rock, one to stock, not one to customize, one to keep at this diorama, and one to leave at my other diorama. Because I really like this figure. It's got some really good posability. It's just an amazing figure. It's going to make my top... it's going to make one of my top figures for the year. I know it. All right. Now we're getting to the very end of the haul. Well, not the end of the normal haul. Zolocon. Zolocon is next. The bear from the almost said a bad word. The bear from the 4 Horsemen. Here he is. I did order that. Conan or some female clad in some skimpy armor will be riding this bear. So yeah, he looks fantastic. So I mean, well sculpted, but 4 Horsemen always do a great job with that. So I really don't have to talk about that because they do a tremendous job. 1 second, had to get a little bit of water. All right, I believe this is how this worked. If you wore I think this is how this worked. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. But if you wore a Valaverse or, if you wore the black outfit or like apparel, then you were eligible to purchase for $10 the black poker chips. So you have some poker chips right here. Which is pretty cool. I picked some of those up. And then you also could get a challenge coin. And if you see, I don't know how many of these Bobby made, but if you look up here in the corner, I don't know if you could see it, you could see the number. I think mine is 78, if you could see it. I think right there. Yeah, it's 78078. Anyways, if you wore the black apparel, you were eligible to buy those. I believe that's how it worked. If it's not, leave in the comments below, I guess. All right, it's time to get down to some Zolocon purchases. I'll do my best to keep working through those. Let me set it up real quick. All right, here we go. We're gonna get to the regular stuff that I picked up at Zolocon. I picked up an extra Declan from the Monster Force guys because he has a ton of potential, this figure. So I always use him for customs here and there and just goofing around. So there's that. I picked up an extra Dr. Calgary because look at that brain skull. And then that's, what is it? Red Skull. I mean, that's bad guy general all day. Just got to switch out the head. And then I bought a couple of extra Phantom Core because this is a great figure. This is just a great figure. Just a great figure. And I'm all about really the hobby. I mean, I'm not about nothing else. I just love the hobby. From the 4 Horsemen, Cosmic Legions, I picked up, I don't think I picked up any figures other than, there was one figure that I picked up from them. But this is what I spent maybe, I don't know. But this isn't a figure. but I did pick this up because it is an amazing set. I mean, they did a really good job on this set. I picked a couple of these. What is it called? Aux Screw Campside. So I picked up a couple of these. 30 bucks and you get all that equipment. Come on, man. You can't go wrong with that. That's really, really a great job. Just, this is awesome. So I picked up a couple of those from Zolocon. Picked up another Spidey because why not? I really like this amazing Spidey. So I picked up another one of those. Cost me like 25 bucks. I mean, come on. I saw it in between all of the other crazy, and look, I mean, wearing a Spider-Man shirt. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. All right, what else did we pick up? And I really wasn't gonna buy this, but then I thought to myself, wait, hold on. The customizing that can be done with this. Yes, I'll take one. So number one, when you're buying this, you've got two options, right? And that is the tactical field gear from Valaverse. So I bought a box bundle. So with the bundle, you get just a bunch of troopers, 4 to be exact, and these are great for potential fodder or, just, troops, really. So I already have a few of the Maritime Corps. So here they are. These are great. The weapon that he comes with and the figure, just fantastic regular Cobra troops. And then you've got some desert style troop right here. I forgot what his deal was. Raider Battalion. This is just a trooper that's out in the desert somewhere. And then you got a Special Forces guy, OD Green kind of dude. Delta Corps. I'm not so sure. I think that's a shotgun, but I'm not so sure. I don't like that one. I don't like that weapon. I like that figure, but shotguns are okay. But from my perspective, they're a little too slow. But then they, it just depends on the situation. I guess in close combat, shotgun will make quick work of stuff. Anyways, moving on from that, and then I like this guy too, the Special Warfare guy. This was actually a good one. So I dig the weapon that he's carrying as well. I think that's. Here, I want to get crucified in the comments. I think that's an H&K. I'm learning. The funny part is, so yeah, I was in the Army, but I didn't have access to 300 weapons. It was a very specific set of weapons that we used on purpose. On purpose. You had to have standardization for the armorers to work on this stuff and make it work. It was, you didn't have a whole, there was an armory, but it had very specific sets of weapons in there. It didn't have like 30 different kinds of, anyways, just setting the record straight. All right. Okay. I also picked up an infantry commando. It's not a chase. I do like that figure. And then, for the figure everybody was looking for, and I picked up what Bobby said I could, because he was letting everybody pick up 4. I picked up the black. 4 of them. One of these actually is going to my good friend, G.I. Joe Fan Addict. He asked me for one, and I was able to come through for him. But we also got, and you guys saw this, it is 4 layers deep in protective packaging. The Chase, the black, is in here with the glow. So the glowy head, or glow in the dark head. So I was very excited to get this, and from my perspective, I think it was the best one out there. But that's just me talking smack, because I'm a dirty, nasty, rotten Valaverse shill, and also a gridiron shill, and also for any American mom and pop shop shill. Sorry. I love American mom and pop businesses. I would love that they succeed. They're the backbone of who we are. Mom and pop American companies. That's just who we are. I think that's what that anybody can go and with their hard work and build a business for their family and to support them for their future and their financial well-being. That is priceless. So anyways, we're off topic. Back on toys. All right, what else? Now, these have stories behind them, but I won't spoil too many because it's going to be in the Zolocon episode. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Number one, McFarlane. This is why I'm not going to talk smack about McFarlane too much. I'm going to dial it back way back. So I got this from McFarlane. Personally, he came up to me and said, hey, you need this figure. I saw you talking about this figure at Walmart. Here you go. For me? Just kidding. But he was there, and he was not there. I didn't see him there, but his representatives were there. And well, we'll get to that in a minute. He was providing free toys. So, I mean, you tell me of another, and I'm not talking about the crappy ones either. Anyways, let's keep going. We'll get into that in the next episode, what was happening there. I got lucky, super, super lucky, in that my good friend picked up, I don't want to talk too much about it because, again, this will be in the next episode, but I had a good friend of mine, a subscriber to the channel, reach out to me and say, hey, get in line because you wanted this and it's happening. So get over here. And he was right. I really wanted this figure because I saw it and, well, I got to get it. And that is Brian Yar Vale. But look at this thing, man. It's amazing. Look at that. Anyways, there's a whole story behind it. We'll go into it later or next episode with the Zolocon episode. And then also Zolocon 2026, ultra hard to get a hold of. And there's a whole story behind that one. Realm of the Underworld Zolocon exclusive for 2026. Only 3 ever produced. It felt like there was only 3 ever produced. Grim the Executioner. There it is. There it is. And one of these will be going to my good friend, The Man, because I endeavor never to let The Man down, and that is The Man Collects. So yours is in the mail. It's already headed out there. So, all right. Well, that's it. I'll leave it at this. I had an amazing, exceptionally great time at Zolocon. It's, to me, I was going there with anticipation about the toys. When I got, when it was done, I then felt, wait a minute, this actually wasn't all that much about the toys so much as the community and getting together with those people that share the same interest. Because that's what I came away with more joy than the actual toys. So if that makes, I hope that makes sense. I think, and as I said earlier, I don't know if I've told you guys yet, but I'm going to be making Zolocon part of my, there's 2 conventions, and I go to my regular toy show. It's a toy show. It's not really a huge convention. It's more of a toy show. It's monthly. It's the Metroplex Toy Show. But the conventions, the big conventions, I'm only going to do 2, and that is, I'm not going to be a vendor at these 2. I just want to have a good time, and that is the DFW G.I. Joe show and the Zolocon. I'll be making that part of my yearly rotation, and I'll be headed out there because I had an amazing time. All those people, all my good toy tuber friends. It was just fantastic meeting every single one of you. And we'll get into more of that in the Zolocon episode tomorrow, hopefully. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the haul. Which one of these exclusives were you looking for? Which one of these exclusives, if you went to Zolocon, were you not able to get? I will leave you with this. Bobby always puts these exclusives online. So in a couple of months, they'll be on his website. Just pay attention. Pay attention. Subscribe to the Valaverse Facebook group and on their Twitter account so you don't miss out. You don't want to miss out if you didn't get one. And he makes it known so that everybody can get some. As far as the Grim the Executioner, I think that's done. I don't think anybody's getting that. I think the 4 Horsemen are going to do something else with their tribute figure that they got, you know, they got a cease and desist letter from some goofy company. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Most of the news was over at Zolocon, and we're going to do a whole episode about it, and I'm probably going to blather on forever. If you're enjoying the hunt, if you're enjoying the news, the customs, and the reviews, why not like, why not subscribe? What's the worst that can happen? You can bump into me at Zolocon, and I can give you free stuff. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. And as always, if you're in this hobby, and you're angry and upset and you're throwing your cat across the, number one, don't hurt animals. do not hurt animals. But if you're just angry and you're in the hobby and you're anxious about something, don't. You know, that's not what this hobby's about. It's about enjoying the toys and enjoying the hobby. It's supposed to bring a smile to your face, not anxiousness, anger, and, you know, all kinds of the bad feelings. So just, it's supposed to put a smile on your face. If it's not doing that, then go find something else to do, because that's not good. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out. Classified members, tomorrow we're going to have our Tuesday, our members only Monday briefing on Tuesday.